A hazardous waste facility up in flames tonight near the Yuma Palms Mall. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight on Fox 9. I'm Jessica McLean. We just received word of the fire from a viewer earlier this evening. Rural Metro has responded and is currently there on the scene. We will be sure to provide more information as we receive it. For now, you can stay up to date over on our website at kyma.com. And before we begin our newscast, there is a fire at the Sidcol waste facility next to the Yuma Palms Mall. One of our reporters is actually heading there right now to the scene, so we will keep you updated with information as that's coming in. And a woman is found dead in her home on the 4th of July. So far, there have been no arrests made. Reporter Karina Bazarte spoke with the Imperial County Sheriff's Office and shares more details.
The victim's family is still in shock and looking for answers after their loved one was found dead in her apartment.
I always remember her as just being kind and loving to everybody that she met, and it didn't matter if she knew you or not. She treated you like you were family.
A Westmoreland resident says she's devastated after she learned that the woman was once her neighbor. Westmoreland Police Department found 70-year-old Maria Cruz dead and bleeding inside her home around 6 p.m. on Independence Day. Westmoreland Police quickly requested assistance from other departments.
With Westmoreland, all the agencies responding, they determined it was suspicious in character. Westmoreland, being a smaller department, not having the resources of the Sheriff's Office, called for us to assist. Our investigations unit responded, our scientific investigations unit responded, along with we were in communication with the district attorney's office.
The family of Maria Cruz say they don't understand why this happened to her. Darlene Barber says she recalls that day.
We had a barbecue down the street at the church where I attend, and we heard sirens and we saw the sheriffs. We didn't necessarily know what had happened until the next day.
As of right now, the Imperial County Sheriff's Office are still searching for a suspect. If you have more information on this case, you're asked to please contact the Imperial County Sheriff's Office. Reporting from Imperial County, I'm Karina Bazarte.
And the sentencing for the Yuma man convicted of second-degree murder is delayed. The request to prolong sentencing came from the attorney of 34-year-old Jerome Hall. Hall was convicted last month of shooting and killing Tyrone Hall at the Maverick Bar in Yuma back in 2021. Attorney Jose Padilla requested a mitigation hearing to determine if Hall's sentence would run consecutively or concurrently. Hall's sentencing was rescheduled for next month.
And at the top of the show, Jessica mentioned another fire within the area. So we are in the fire season, so we can't forget about our wildfire safety tips. So just make sure that we are following these so we're not sparking any unnecessary fires during the hot summer months. And speaking of heat, we are staying pretty hot, so excessive heat will continue, so we can't forget about our heat safety as well. So this is really important, so make sure you're utilizing these from morning to night because we're going to have that heat staying with us all day long. So I'll have more in my full forecast to talk more about our temperatures and what's still to come this week. So that'll be coming up in a little bit.
Thank you, Melissa. Very important to keep safe. Another brush fire sparked up this afternoon, burning close to 100 acres. Chanel Ramos shares more with us on what happened and to contain the fire. But the first call came in about 10 this morning. A fire was seen for miles from I-8 and the Android exit, which is near the Winter Haven area. And with the high heat across the desert southwest, don't forget the toll it can take on the vehicles. News 11's Valeria Rodriguez shares with us what you should be aware of when it comes to keeping your car well maintained in the blistering heat.
The heat is hard on your vehicle. One of the ways that the high temps can mess with your machine is by making it run almost twice as hard. Express Auto /RV Care Center Manager Jeff McLeod shares some of the most common weather-related vehicle malfunctions.
The most common types of failures we see right now in this kind of heat, radiator failures, water pump failures, just in general cooling system parts.
Some other things to keep an eye out on is your tire pressure, as it having it too low can cause a blowout due to the hot pavement. One customer shares why she brought her car in before something big happens.
Because it's very warm out there and you don't want to be stalled in a car that's hot.
Another customer was on her way to Casa Grande and learned something new before heading out.
I stopped and got gas and filled up the tank, and I was told afterwards that you shouldn't fill your tank totally full.
Why?
You should, because the gas can expand.
It is essential to stay ahead of any issues your car may be experiencing before it gets out of hand.
Maintenance is key, and a trained mechanic can locate and repair those types of things before they become a failure and cause a breakdown on the road.
Make sure to stay up to date with your car's maintenance to avoid it breaking down in this heat. Reporting in Yuma, Valeria Rodriguez, News 11.
In the past few years have been tough for many people, especially the healthcare workers who face high levels of stress. While the COVID-19 pandemic is no longer a public health emergency, Samantha Bird shares the impact that the pandemic stress continues to have on the staff at Yuma Regional Medical Center.
Yuma Regional Medical Center is focused on employee wellness and mental health by creating spaces like these that help employees decompress and take a break during their workday.
Mental health is a huge issue across all areas, not only our hospital, but across the U.S.
Yuma Regional Medical Center says employee mental health and wellness is a high priority for the hospital. So they created quiet spaces called Zen Dens that will help YRMC employees recover from stress or anxiety during their break or before and after their shift.
It's really important to be able to support their mental health, and this is just one avenue to be able to do that.
Registered respiratory therapist Alonzo Soto says he takes full advantage of the Zen Dens.
So the Zen Den for me is kind of like a room where I can kind of like escape a little bit, like if there's been kind of a overwhelming experience throughout the day, and it just kind of lets me decompress independently.
YRMC currently has 5 Zen Dens and are adding 4 additional locations.
Some locations have waterfalls, some have a movie playing, others have music.
The hospital says a Zen Den might sound like a spa, but it's actually a relaxation room designed to help employees' mental health on hard days.
Sometimes there's harder moments than others depending on the level of how critical the patients are, so it gives me a chance to, if it was a really hard moment or an end-of-life moment, it gives me a chance to really process it.
Reporting in Yuma, Samantha Bird, News 11.
A free backpack giveaway comes to Yuma this Wednesday. Lerner Rowe Injury Attorneys will host its free backpack giveaway at the Yuma County Fairgrounds. The event starts at 3 p.m. and continues until supplies last during the drive through the contactless backpack giveaway. Students must be present in vehicles to receive a backpack. And also an additional backpack giveaway coming up this Saturday morning in San Luis. Comité de Bienestar is helping students prepare for the first day of school. Starting at 8 in the morning at the committee office, backpacks and school supplies will be given away to kids kindergarten through 6th grade.
This is to give a little bit of assistance to our residents, especially right now in the summer. Many of the families are unemployed, and this is our way of contributing to them.
It'll be the 9th year that this organization holds the event, and again, the event starts at 8 a.m. and runs until 11 a.m. The Calexico Police Department is requesting nearly $1 million in grant money to help reduce theft crime. Reporter Jaylene Aguilera breaks down the details and what the grant funds will cover.
The police department recently submitted the application request for the Border Auto Strike Team grant. According to the Calexico City Manager, there is a lot of competition for the grant that comes from the Board of State and Community Corrections.
If we get funded by the funding agency, the police department will be able to establish the Border Auto Theft Strike Team. And this strike team will be with 2 police officers full-time and 2 part-time, all the limited term depending on the grant funding that is available.
Calexico Police says that they have planned to request a $988,500 in funds from the Theft Prevention Grant Program. If funded, the money will go towards the police department for better assistance.
Well, we're going to get some electronic devices, and then we're going to have, we can hire a police officer under this grant. We will get a vehicle and other tools for assistance.
City Manager Esperanza Colio is hopeful and believes that the Calexico Police Department deserves the grant funding.
I'm very impressed with the staff taking this proactive action, knowing and understanding that the difficulties that the city has to fund all the programs. They have a lot of ideas. They just limited in funding.
If the grant is approved, it will go towards helping the city of Calexico with retail and auto theft. Reporting from Calexico, I'm Jelena Aguilera.
And coming up, former President Trump continues and takes center stage in the media while under fire in legal limbo. We share what's next in the federal grand jury's ongoing probe.
Summer is Honda savings time with payments from $259 a month on our largest selection of new Hondas in stock and the most fun to drive from $259 a month. Search your local Honda dealer today.
RDO Equipment Company knows the real mission is outside, in the real-verse. There's a garden to build, a driveway to maintain, and snow to blow. Jobs that only real versatile equipment can do right. Find the right John Deere compact tractor package with RDO to conquer everything the real-verse has waiting for you. Enough with the metaverse. Equip yourself at an RDO store or visit RDOequipment.com to select the perfect tractor package to take on the real-verse.
My name is Mark Critch, and my childhood was full of precious memories.
I'm taking your Walkman.
Was that your girlfriend?
She's his bully. I think she likes you. I don't see it.
Close! Think about.
You just be yourself.
Don't do that.
Great pep talk.
Son of a Critch. New series premieres this Monday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
When they learn something new and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
Save thousands with 0.9% financing on new Hondas this summer. Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Save with 0.9%. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Thank you for watching Fox 9.
I say to you, love your enemies.
This is different. Get used to different. I want my people to participate in the healing of the world. I'm Jesus of Nazareth.
The Chosen, this Sunday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
The U.S. takes on Vietnam. The FIFA Women's World Cup, Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
Welcome back. In a social media tirade, former President Trump said he received notice he's a target of a federal grand jury probing his actions leading up to the Capitol riot on January 6th. It's a sign as the investigation winds down, more charges against him could be imminent. Fox News' correspondent Carolyn Sheevely reports from Washington.
Former President Donald Trump is entangled with the law yet again, after just last month pleading not guilty to federal charges related to his handling of classified documents. Now another indictment could be coming down the pike. Special counsel Jack Smith sent a letter to Trump Sunday informing him he is the target of a criminal investigation looking at efforts to overturn the 2020 election.
These letters often tell the target that they need to preserve evidence, that they need to look at counsel, and that they have a set period of time where they can appear before the grand jury.
And charges could be next. Investigators have been eyeing obstruction, looking at Trump's actions leading up to the Capitol riot. It would be his third criminal indictment in months, but Republicans say the timing is not accidental.
If you notice recently,
President Trump went up in the polls and was actually surpassing President Biden for re-election. So what do they do now? Weaponize government to go after their #1 opponent.
Mr. Trump's legal woes are sucking all the oxygen out of the GOP primary. But politically, it might be what the frontrunner needs.
Each of these indictments seems to give him a boost in the polls.
The White House is declining to comment on the case. Other Democrats say they weren't surprised.
And I expect Donald Trump to be indicted in the near future.
We also expect state charges to come very soon related to Trump's actions to overturn election results in Georgia. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
And we're holding on to this excessive heat, so we have more hot days still to come. I'll have your full weather forecast coming up next.
Do not attempt to eat this burger unless you like sweating, gasping, and jalapeno, habanero, and pepper jack cheese induce hallucinations. My rewards members set your mouth on fire with a one-time El Diablo single for $6.66 in the Carl's Jr. app.
America, come along with our adventure seekers, the Sanchez family, and discover summer with the Ford F-150. See how available features like Pro Trailer Backup Assist make backing up as easy as turning a knob. Watch as Pro Power on board lights up the night. And Ford Blue Cruise makes driving even more fun. Get 1.9% APR limited term financing plus $500 retail trade assist cash on a 2023 Ford F-150. Only at your San Diego County Ford dealers.
It's easy to get lost in investment research. Introducing JP Morgan Personal Advisors.
Hey, David.
Connect with an advisor to create your personalized plan.
Let's find the right investments for your goals.
Okay, great.
JP Morgan Wealth Management.
If you don't have a good dental plan, or if your employer doesn't offer dental benefits, this is the deal you're looking for. Get the Carefree Dental Card, and for just $15.95 a month, you can see the dentist anytime and pay a whole lot less.
On my first visit, I saved $650.
Call the number on your screen and request your Carefree Dental Card free. See for yourself why Carefree is the best deal in dental.
Call 1-800-518-6077 to get your Carefree Dental Card and free plan information.
Poison Help is a free 24/7 hotline that answers all of your poison questions in over 100 languages.
Hello? Poison Help?
Hello? When poison happens, we're here for you. Just call Poison Help. 1-800-222-1222.
Right now, save big on Carl's Jr.'s Big Bold Double Burgers for just $3.49. Double cheeseburger, Italian Classic Double, or the new fiery El Diablito Double. Carl's Jr. Double Deals, just $3.49.
Hi, I'm News 11's Jalen Fong, and tomorrow on Sunrise, pilots with United Airlines have reached a tentative agreement with the airline on a new 4-year contract, while the Pilots Association says this agreement is a win for its nearly 16,000 members. Plus, e-cigarettes could pose dangerous health risks according to the American Heart Association, while they are calling for more research on the short and long-term effects of these products. Find these stories and more tomorrow on Sunrise.
Local weather forecast.
And welcome back. Well, we have slightly drier air today than what we felt yesterday. So this is our current water vapor imagery. So you can see this drier conditions for the desert Southwest. However, looking up to the north and also the east, we're seeing a little bit of that monsoonal moisture, which is bringing some possible showers throughout the week. But for us here in the desert Southwest, not expecting that. So we are having this drier air with us along with this heat. So let's take a recap on our temperatures today, because El Centro tied the record of 117 that was set back in 2009. Now Yuma, 115 was the high today, so just 2 degrees below hitting and tying that record for 117, but still very hot for the desert Southwest today. And we're still feeling that heat as of right now. So as you can see, we're still seeing a lot of areas still experiencing triple digits right now. So a very warm night, and that's just going to continue, and that's because we have that excessive heat warning that is in effect because of that hot temperatures that we're feeling morning to night, and it's all thanks to this ridge of high pressure. It is just hanging out, it's bringing us that extreme heat, and it's going to continue to be felt. But notice this, we do have this southerly flow, so that's why we're getting a little bit of that extra moisture feeding in. But until then, we are actually just going to continue to hold on to the heat. So we do have that excessive heat warning still in effect until Saturday. It does include the entire desert Southwest. So just make sure you're taking the proper precautions to avoid heat-related illnesses, drinking plenty of water, staying indoors where there's cool air-conditioned buildings, and also to make sure we're checking on all of our family, friends, pets, children. I know all these heat safety tips, there's nothing new about them. Just make sure we are taking, being safe during that time. Now also too, looking out for breezy conditions. We're feeling a little bit breezy tonight, but nothing too gusty, but mainly those stronger winds will be in Imperial County, but still just breezy, nothing gusty. But after midnight, we'll see those winds start to decrease, and then heading into Wednesday and later in the afternoon and evening hours, we'll see those winds pick up just a little bit, and as you can see, stronger winds again for Imperial County, so 25 mile per hour gusts are possible, so definitely be prepared of the heat. Breezy evenings for the next couple of days. Now, as we look at our 8-day forecast sponsored by Polar Cooling, those temperatures are going to continue to heat up. So still looking out for possible records for the rest of this week, and then heading into the weekend, looking out for a chance for some showers on Sunday and Monday. So we'll definitely see what that brings, and I'll keep tracking that this week. In Imperial Valley, will be slightly a little hotter on Thursday and Friday. So yeah, heat is here to stay.
Coming up on Fox 9, living in a world of such advanced technology, there is endless means of communication, but the dangers lurk. We share how artificial intelligence plays a key role.
Get excited about winning during the Red, White, and Blue Punch It Out giveaway at Quechan Casino Resort. Saturday, July 8th and 22nd, punch out a star to win cash. Then punch out a stripe to multiply your cash up to 10 times. You could win firecracker prizes like up to $5,000 cash. Play with your Rewards Club card to earn entries. Not a member yet? Sign up today for the chance to win up to $1,000. So much, so close. Quechan Casino Resort.
You still on that app? Yeah, still looking for the one. You sure are picky. Well, I need to know about their past history. That's true. And that I can count on them for a long-term relationship. That'd be nice. They need to offer me something really special, too. For sure. Of course, good looks can't hurt.
We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
So if we spend a third of our lives sleeping, shouldn't we try to get the best sleep possible? That's why Denver Mattress is all about that sleep life. And during the Super 7-Day sale, everything is on sale. Like the budget-friendly Summit Queen, easy on the wallet for only $332.49. Get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic, plus no interest until 2027 and free shipping. Improve your sleep life one night at a time, only at Denver Mattress. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
Have you heard? Affordable healthcare is better than ever. And right now there are more carriers and plans to choose from. The government's Affordable Care Act is available for individual and family health coverage plans with little to no cost to you. 70% of callers qualify for a zero-cost healthcare coverage. See if you are one of them. This is not Medicaid or Medicare. This is the marketplace with the largest selection of healthcare plans from the Affordable Care Act. Call 800-581-2504.
Saturdays, baseball's best are showing out on Fox.
Buckle up, it's going to be fun.
What a play! This is where MVPs are VIPs, and where aces always come in pairs. Saturday means it's showtime for Shohei and mealtime for Manny. All the swag, all the salt, and all the slams.
Swing and a drive! Are you kidding me?
The biggest games on the best day of the week. Fox Saturday Baseball all season long.
Will our artificial intelligence legislation ever come? That's the question. A House panel focusing on cyber technologies is probing the future of AI today. Yet lawmakers are skeptical about advancing a bill anytime soon. Fox News senior congressional correspondent Chad Pergram has more from Capitol Hill.
Artificial intelligence is now influencing almost every sector of America's economy. But will Congress be able to catch up? So far, there's no major legislation regulating AI, even though Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says it's a big issue on his agenda. On Tuesday, a House panel examined what the future could look like studying AI on the battlefield. Some experts urge lawmakers to move more quickly. That's because AI could have the same strategic impact as nuclear weapons.
One of the implications of that is that because of that and the fact that so much is done via the open source model, it's instant proliferation.
While most lawmakers remain skeptical about advancing an AI bill anytime soon, some are floating their own ideas, separate from party leadership.
My legislation would require the Office of Management and Budget to issue guidance to federal agencies to implement transparency practices relating to the use of AI.
But that's at odds with the position of House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. McCarthy says he doesn't fear AI. The Speaker declared that AI could possibly cure cancer and fight wildfires, and he doesn't want federal regulators taking a heavy hand.
I do not want to see government create an agency to approve whether someone can build upon AI. I want to see an ability to foster AI here in America.